tell J. Edgar I can't make it to the dance marathon.
This keeps up, our client list is going to be made up of nothing but mind readers and extraterrestrials.
I'd like you to investigate the FBI.
We want everything you've got. Now, is it Dillinger or not?
Well, there's more truth to this than anyone might believe.
It was a warm night in July, and the Biograph Theater in Chicago was playing a Clark Gable movie, Manhattan Melodrama. It was a gangster picture. John Dillinger loved gangster movies. And we had the place surrounded. He wasn't going to get away this time. And when the movie ended, we saw the lady diving for cover. A woman screamed, and Public Enemy #1 folded up like an accordion on the sidewalk. Oh, but that's not the end of the story. I saw the dead man in the street that night with my very own eyes. And I'm convinced it was not the real Dillinger.
But what happened to him?
Oh, I don't know. But for 50 years, I've been looking for the right man. And someday I'm going to find John Dillinger.
Is that really his gun?
Oh, yes. .380 automatic, recovered by the FBI on the raid on the Little Bohemia hunting line.
I want to hear more about Ma Barker.
Oh, go on, kids. Next time.
Grandpa's tired.
Mom.
Come on. Go on out to the car, get your things. I'll be right there.
Bye, Grandpa.
Bye, kid. Night.
Night.
That you, Addie? You forget something? I know it was you. Nobody would ever believe it. But they will when I take you in.
Has been sending you past due bills. Now, I warned you when the yellow one came. I warned you when the pink one came. I warned you again when the green one came.
Yeah, well,
but did you listen?
I guess I should.
No, yes, you should have, but no, you had to wait for the blood red notice. 24 hours until Armageddon, and then if they would have it, do they disconnect your ship to shore service? No, they disconnect my telephone.
I was on my way to the phone company and everything.
Yeah, and what happened? What, Rick? Come on, tell me. I mean, I really want to know. Was she blonde, brunette, redhead?
No,
what?
no. Kind of a sandy brown color. We met at the corner market. It was Kismet, AJ. We both reached for the same package of frozen enchiladas.
Frozen enchiladas?
Yeah, we never did get around to eating those enchiladas either, but there was something just electric in the air when we... beautiful blue eyes, and she's so healthy and alive, a vibrant personality.
I can't even tell the phone company that the check is in the mail because it's in the freezer stuck to a box of frozen enchiladas.
Excuse me. Are you the private investigators?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm Addie Becker. I would like to hire you.
Ah, what can we do for you?
I'd like you to investigate the FBI. Unofficially... Unofficially, however, they tend to write my father off as a poaching old agent who spent his pension money pretending that he was working on a case.
Are you sure he's working on something again?
Absolutely. I recognize the patterns. Starting about February, I guess. He was getting some mysterious phone calls from a man who wouldn't leave messages whenever I would answer the phone. And he was going out at all hours. Look, I grew up a bureau brat. I know he was working on something. And the FBI, I mean, they aren't in kind of burglary-related shooting. And that's not right.
Anything taken from the house?
A cassette recorder, my father's wallet, a gun that once belonged to John Dillinger. The police think that was what was used to kill my father. He was showing it to my kids last night. Look, my father's dead. I want to find out who killed him.
Would you excuse us for a moment, please?
Sure. I'll fix some coffee.
Thanks. You know, Rick, I feel sorry for her, but everything here points to burglary. I'm just wondering if it's fair of us to take her money, and the police are probably going to handle this better than we can.
I'm just wondering why a burglar who's interested in stealing cash and tape recorders and an old gun would bother with taking a file of newspaper clippings out of the victim's desk.
Say what?
Well, it's a chrono file. Look at this. February. There's nothing since February, not one single clipping.
That doesn't necessarily mean that the killer took them.
No. He could have just stopped saving the stories. He could have put them someplace else.
On the other hand, February was the month he went back into a work pattern, according to his daughter.
Yeah, but it's just, you know, something to wonder about. You know, I know where Abby Hoffman was hiding all those years. The FBI was looking for him. He was right here in their waiting room.
Relax. You're giving yourself a nervous rash.
Well, I don't like the FBI. I never will. I know they're good at what they do, but they got this attitude.
That's why they're good at what they do.
You know, if you threw the covers off a sleeping FBI agent, you would find the guy who was totally naked except for a pair of black, shiny shoes. Look at this. Look at this. Huh?
Excuse me. AJ? Oh, it is AJ. I don't have the second part.
It's Simon.
Simon, right. Frank Kinnaman.
Yeah,
Good to
sure.
see you.
Nice to see you. What
Thanks.
brings you back here?
Oh, just got a little cold.
On a case when he was killed, and she wants to know what the FBI knows.
No, Ty Becker's imagination was just out of control, guys. I mean, he was just local policeman. To be very honest with you, everybody around here thought he was just a little wacko. You know, all that stuff about Dillinger? Come on.
You know, Dillinger's gun was probably the murder weapon.
I heard that. I guess you just put that down to final irony. Look, I gotta go see the boss. Spot me 3 and serve, and I'd love to get you back on the racquetball.
Okay, hey, you got it.
Okay,
All right.
over here, all right?
You got it. Would you tell him that we're in here waiting?
Yeah, I'll tell him.
Thank you. Nice guy.
The FBI.
empty deposit box.
Check the license. I got it. It's an old 380.
Automatic. That's the gun from my father's collection. See, all I had a chance to see in the box was some contracts and some insurance forms and a brown envelope that had a manila folder in it that said 5 + 5.
Yeah. The guy probably took the clippings out of the file because he was afraid there was something in there pointed in the air to him.
Or maybe he was afraid there was something in the safe deposit box that would do the same thing.
More than likely.
Possibly the 5 + 5 file. Or whatever.
Anything? Oh, yeah.
Good.
What's wrong? And several blocks away.
Uh-huh.
The gun was the same one used in the murder of your father. We found a clear fingerprint on it.
Good.
Fresh print, also. Brand new. Could have been made yesterday, today. We're talking fresh.
Well, that's great. You got a chance for a positive ID.
We already have a positive ID.
Who is it, Lieutenant?
The print was made by John Dillinger.
Come on, Town.
Wonderful. Just wonderful. Bad news really travels fast. Looks like no news is really smoking.
Come on, Rick, be fair. You can hardly call that no news. I mean, a 50-year-old ghost of a romantic legend like John Dillinger? That's exactly the kind of sensational stuff people eat up with a spoon. People that are easily impressed. You know, this is fascinating. It's depressing.
Hey, you know, this ties us to these people. This keeps up our client list is going to be made up of nothing but mind readers and extraterrestrials. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, here we go. The Dillinger print was discovered by 2 San Diego private investigators, A.J. and Simon Richards.
Height, lacked all of Dillinger's scars, had a rheumatic heart, Dillinger's didn't, and it...
Don't forget the eyes.
The dead man had brown eyes. Mine are blue.
No, I don't want to hear this. Don't tell me you're
John Dillinger.
John Dillinger.
Yes, believe it or not, it's me. I'm turning myself in.
On a B&E charge, I hope this door was locked.
The lock hasn't been invented that could stop me, laddie boy.
Get out of here.
Get in here. Some call me Desperate Dan, but Dillinger's the name.
Yeah, well, we'd love to hear more, Mr. Dillinger, but,
Right now it's time for our naps, so tell you what, why don't you go down and talk to a Lieutenant Brown? He's down...
Hey, Rick, this is Bruno. I'm still trying to trace those calls to the Becker house. Some kind of protected exchange. Right now, I'm stuck in a master switcher in St. Louis, but I'll crack it.
Are you the detectives who are looking for me?
Mr. Dillinger, we presume.
I'm trying to turn myself in. Lieutenant Brown said you would talk me out of it.
Okay, we even, but I thought you might like a little taste of what happens when you stare at the lunatic.
Hey, look, all we did was turn in the gun. We just did our job as good citizens. That's all. That's it.
Parker would like to know who leaked this story to the news wires.
Oh, it wasn't us. Look, why don't you just leak another story saying it's all bull?
Fingerprints are not bull. They're considered Class A evidence.
You don't need to rent cage space from the zoo to take care of this.
Oh, you think this is bad? This is the fringe lunatic response. Wait till the real wackos get wound up. I'm gonna need some help.
No, not this time.
That'll do for now. Come on, you go. Thank you for coming by, Mr. Dillinger. If we have any further questions, I'll call you. Ma'am?
I'm sorry, sir. He's had a difficult adolescence.
I understand.
Come on home now, Floyd.
What is that look?
That last one, technically, was a reincarnation of Dillinger. I wouldn't have to start a new list.
I thought the Becker case wasn't federal.
It isn't. The Dillinger's print is. Oh, I'd like to thank both of you from the bottom of my heart for finding.
Oh,
Our
anytime,
pleasure.
You talked to his daughter. She told you about the file that was taken out of the bank.
5 plus 5, yeah, she told me.
I have never heard of an FBI operation by that name, past or present, and I know every scandal. Some of the witnesses at the bank said that the guy was wearing some sort of odd shoes. What do they call it?
Spectator shoes.
Right, spectator shoes.
Well, you can get those anywhere.
Yeah, I suppose. Forget it. It was just a dumb thought.
Nah, that's what you guys get paid for.
What exactly was your dumb thought?
Dillinger was a dandy. That's what he wore.
Hi.
Hi. How you holding up?
Oh, fine. Once I yanked the phone out of the wall. Kids are at my sister's. Reporters were hanging out on the corner waiting to follow them to school. Can you believe that?
Yeah. Find anything?
Oh, yeah. I found Legs Diamond. I found the Lindbergh kidnapping, every major crime sensation for the last 50 years. But no 5 plus 5. Not that I can find. So what do we do now?
Nothing much to do except wait for the police to sort everything out. Besides, the FBI's on it now.
So what, that means you're through?
No,
No,
we're not
because
done.
if you are, just give me the bill.
No.
I mean, I'll find somebody else.
Time out.
Relax.
On the case.
All we're saying is that what exactly do you want to do that isn't already being done right now?
I would like to save my father's good name. I think he deserves that, don't you?
Yes, he does. All agreed on that. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Who's around that might have known your dad back in his early days at the Bureau?
Almost everybody's gone now. I guess Jewel Lee's the last. She was my father's secretary for 35 years. Dad used to come see her all the time. When he talked about her, he always had that look on his face. You know, that too bad for poor old Jewel look. I guess we all slow down after a while.
Slow to me.
She looks wonderful. Nunzio gets back. Right.
Me too.
Hello, Jewel. I'd stay out of Chicago, you bad boy, you. Jewel, do you remember me? That's Nunzio's territory. Eddie Becker. He'll feed you to the fishes. Ty's daughter. Let him go to Chicago. We'll stay.
Oh, you got $10? I gotta buy some racquetball balls.
Stuttering.
Just give me money, will you? I tell you what, make it $7.50. Get him a noisy slick full of you. Hey, where you going? I thought you wanted to learn how to play the game.
No, I figured I'd watch one of those erotic exercise classes.
Aerobic.
Bet me.
Thank you. Nurse says she goes in and out of it. Out more than in these days. I mean, she's not senile. It's a form of schizophrenia. Come on. No breathing.
Any progress on those phone calls to Becker?
Don't ask me. You're the FBI. Piece of cake.
Get the police.
Where's Frank?
He's okay.
The first salvo hit the wall over there.
Now you're okay, AJ.
Come on, here we go. Oh. You don't have to stay up and hold my hand.
Want some more brandy?
Doesn't help.
Nothing does I ever found.
Remember yelling. Every time he'd let loose, I'd yell. All I could do was yell. We'd been shot.
Yeah, I used to mess my pants something off on those damn rice patties. All the guys I knew would throw up. You want a half sandwich?
What is it?
Let's see, this is either steak tartare on whole wheat or banana pudding.
Thanks, I'll stick with the brandy.
think I'll join you.
Couldn't be, could it?
Hey.
Dillinger?
I don't know. I guess we find out who did this. I don't know if it's Dillinger.
When we find who did this, and we will. I don't care if it's John Dillinger or Al Capone. He's going to be as terrified as I was this afternoon.
Just hang on, we'll be right there. Lieutenant Brown, I have a job to do too, you know? I mean, this is a massive PR headache for the entire department.
Bogan, what do you want me to do? You want me to investigate this job here, or do you want me to help Bob Hope entertain the troops?
The chief would greatly appreciate your cooperation.
All right, let's get this thing over with. I can't do it.
Do what?
Whatever it is, I can't do it today.
Don, we just want to know if you got any leads on the Dillinger gang, that's all.
Now it's a gang?
Well, they can't be working alone.
You want leads? I got leads. Here, look, leads right here. Plenty of leads. The John Dillinger.
Tom, calm down. You can never tell when one of these things is going to take you right to the big banana, you know what I mean?
We're ready, Lieutenant.
Look, I wish I could help you guys, but I'm booked on Phil Donahue this morning. You think I need any makeup?
Oh, yeah.
Yes?
Excuse us, sir. We're private investigators, and a Mrs. Sophie Cranberry.
That's Ganberry. She lives across the street.
Well, anyway, she wrote a letter to the San Diego Police Department that says John Dillinger lives at this address.
I beg your pardon?
Well,
Don't misunderstand us. We've been following leads all day. We're at the bottom of the list.
I'm a dentist.
yeah, we can see that.
And Mrs. Ganberry is a burned-out old alkie.
We tried to talk to her, but she wasn't in.
She's in. She's just out.
Well, sorry to disturb you.
Leads to a chicken farmer named Gonzalez, a 350-pound brewmeister, now dentist in Chula Vista. I had it too. No more long shots.
Well, I just wish Frank could come up with something 5 plus 5. I got feeling that's the dangling thread in this case.
And about time to tie it up too, with or without Kinnaman's help.
Somewhere in this house there has got to be a link to the 5 plus 5 file. Are you sure your father never made any reference to it?
No, absolutely. Believe me, I'm beginning to dream about this.
Yeah, hang on. Hang on. I gotta go. Area code 869. Where is that? What do you mean you don't know?
Bruno, you're terrific. This deserves 2 cases of Don Diablo. Bye. Guess what? The number's not only unlisted, it's classified. We got no idea who's at the other end.
I'll tell you what, Addie, he knows your voice, so I think maybe you ought to be the one to make that call.
Hello?
This is Addie Becker. Do you know my father, Ty Becker?
How did you get this number?
It's not important. I want to talk to you about 5 plus 5.
5 plus 5? Is that what you said?
Yes. I want to know what my father was working on.
I can't tell you yet, but someone will be in touch.
Now,
We have no choice. We'll have to set up a rendezvous for them with Mr. Dillinger.
Oh, you want to know what I think? I think it was Dillinger we called.
What on earth makes you think that?
Because it sounded like him.
Oh, now you know what Dillinger sounds like?
Yeah. Like George C. Scott, at least that's what he ought to sound like. You want to know what else I think?
This is Bruno.
I think that's Bruno.
I don't know what's going on here, guys, but somebody's trying to trace that connection back. You know, from that 869 number to me. Should I be worried or what?
D again.
We're sorry. The number you have reached has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error.
Morning.
Aye. Please sit down. That number from last night?
Oh, she called from 1935 or thereabouts. Called me by my mother's name.
What you want?
She needed to talk to my father. She had an important message from Ellie.
Who's Ellie?
Elliot Ness. The only person that ever got away with calling him Ellie was Jewel. It's too bad, really. She's the one person my father might have confided in. And you saw her. She's in another world.
You know, if Jewel Lee is back in 1935, maybe we ought to join her there.
Plus, Sammy wouldn't do this for just anybody. I want you to know that, AJ.
Babyface.
What?
From now on, call me Babyface, and you're, Machine Gun.
Just like this when he was 7.
Jewel. What do you say? What do you know?
I don't understand.
We have some questions from J. Edgar. Need some answers.
Don't tell me. The Rotary Club is organizing an old-time costume ball.
What did she just say?
No, ma'am. It's just that when we were here before...
You were here?
Yes, you remember? You were dancing, drinking champagne.
See you again.
Your father didn't visit me this week.
He's been away.
He's dead, isn't he? He was a good man, Addie. I'm gonna miss him.
Yeah, we all will. Jewel, did my father happen to say anything about his last case?
Only that he was involved in some kind of an internal investigation. A cover-up inside the FBI. That's all he said.
You suppose the Bureau's covering up the Dillinger thing?
I don't know, but I intend to ask the ever-helpful Frank Kinman.
What did I tell you about these FBI guys?
Had to.
Tell J. Edgar I can't make it to the dance marathon this weekend.
I don't think he's going to be there either, sweetheart.
AJ, I was shielding you for your own protection.
Well, excuse me, Frank, but I don't exactly feel safe and sound.
We want everything you've got. Now, is it Dillinger or not?
Well, there's more truth to this than anyone might believe.
Try us.
It'll have to be strictly off the record. All right. Do you know the old Rialto Theater? On Lincoln Avenue?
It's closed down.
Are you telling us that's where Dillinger is?
Just meet me there in a half hour. The rear door will be open, and, bring that Becker girl with you. It's time we told her the truth, too.
What are we gonna do if Dillinger really is in there?
Grab him. That Rick Simon, the man who nailed John Dillinger.
I feel like we're going into the Twilight Zone.
This is an historic moment. Oh, boy. Come out wherever you are.
Dillinger's crime spree galvanized the imaginations of a nation weary of soup-line papers.
Charming fellow.
Sorry to put you through all this, but it's the way Mr. Dillinger wants it. Ha. He's always had a very theatrical flair.
AJ. 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 I'll take the
But
balcony.
perhaps the most notorious gangland pirate to roam the Depression landscape was Gentleman Johnny Dillinger, public enemy #1.
Stay put.
On the run since the spring of 1933, Dillinger stayed one step ahead of the G-men, thwarting the law. It all came to a bloody end on a hot night in Chicago, 1934, when Hoover's ace crime buster Melvin Purvis trapped Dillinger outside a movie theater. Even though John Dillinger never broke a federal law, the FBI had all day in Chicago.
Stand up, gentlemen! Stand up, gentlemen! I'm gonna kill you! Can't not cold blood!
AJ, don't do it.
You try and stop me! Somebody stop him!
AJ, put the gun down.
Get her out of here, Rick! I don't want her to see this! Please! You got 10 seconds, gentlemen. Tell me how you did the Dillinger print! I can't in 10 seconds! You got 5 seconds! All right! It was a computer scan from the original print in our files. We molded it on latex, added some oil, and then pressed it against the gun, all right?
Your father was working at his personal request since February. I didn't even know anything about it.
5 plus 5.
5 by 5. You got it wrong. It was a code. They were looking for an FBI agent, Kinnaman, as it turns out, who was selling names and addresses of relocated witnesses to the underworld. There have been several murders in the past few months.
Your chief could have made it all a lot easier for everybody if you'd spoken up a little sooner.
Well, the chief didn't know you or anyone else knew about 5 by 5 until you called. He was still trying to catch the mole. Fortunately, you took care of that for us. Thank you. Good day.
Anytime.
Nice working with you.
No Dillinger.
Oh, would you? There goes your page in the history books.
Oh, wait. There is still a lot of evidence that the guy killed in front of the Biograph 1934 was not John Dillinger. No.
Come on.
The guy who was killed had brown eyes. No, I don't believe.
Yeah. Yes, and Butch Cassidy escaped from Bolivia.
Died in Oregon of old age.
Come on.
The guy who was...
It's all over. You don't have anything else to worry about, Dad. Just stay away from Sophie Ganbury from now on. And no more stories about the good old days in Chicago, okay? I mean, this really could have been embarrassing.